Hi guys, welcome back to Bunny Brick Designs. As you can see, I've got some things out on my table. So today I'm going to be doing just a little fun earring with you. I've been getting ready for Bun Fest. I know it's still a ways off, but I wanted to get some things done. But I wanted to do something a little different with you guys today. So today we're going to be making this earring. It is using a wood blank, so just some wood blanks. You can pick these up at Amazon, anywhere you want. I'm using PET stickers, so it comes in a roll, it comes in a tube. I got this, I think, AliExpress or Temu or something like that. And they're just stickers, and they're clear, so when they go down, they look really cool. So to get started, what I did was I already painted one of the wood blanks, but I'm going to show you quickly what I did. So I've got some Liquitex Basic gesso. I like using gesso just because it's thick and it'll dry pretty quickly when you put it on in a thin coat. And I just usually shake it up, get a little bit in the cap just so I don't waste it. And I'll just take and paint a nice thin coat. Just because I don't want the plain wood, but I don't want it to be super, super white. I kind of want it to have that antique look. So we just do that. And then we're going to let it dry for a second. And really, you don't have to let it dry for too long. Literally just a few seconds. And it's mostly dry. Dry enough to work with. And then I take a Deco Color Premium Primo, whatever it is. It's metallic gold. And then I'm going to go along the sides. And this is still a little damp. So I'm just going to do part of it. But you're going to go along the side here and just do gold, and then do gold on the back as well. So I'm going to finish that up once that white's done drying. Usually takes about 5 minutes. So I got one that I already did. And so it's really going to be a quick and easy earring. So we just need to, and I don't need that just yet. So these, you just cut out the sticker and you're going to peel off the back. So there's a backing. But the beauty of this is you think, oh, it's square, now I'm going to have to cut it. But no, these stickers are pre-cut. So you're just going to peel off and I got the tape stuck there. But I'm going to peel off and that doesn't look good. I think I'm going to get a different one of those because that one I'm not liking. The tape stuck to it a little too well. That I had on the roll, so I think next time I'll use Scotch tape. So I'm literally just cutting between the stickers, and I can see, like, you can't see this, but I can see the lines in there. I don't know if I can get that on camera real well, but there is a line around it. So I'm just going to take my tape. I'm just going to stick it to it, and it's just going to peel right off. And then I'm just going to take the sticker out, and so there's my sticker. And then I'm just going to stick this down. Now, you're going to notice that this is going to be a lot bigger than what the earring is. And if you don't like where you want it, you can reposition it. And so you're just going to burnish it down with your finger. You don't have to do it real, because we're going to put resin over this. And I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim off the extra. And now when I'm cutting, what you can't see is I'm cutting so that I'm on an angle to the wood. So my scissors are like this. And I'm doing that so that it gives me a little bit of an edge on the inside of the wood so that the resin will actually hit the wood. And there we go. I mean, it's that simple. So these are some fun little simple earrings. You know, if you're doing a show and you need some extra, filler, because these are quick, the wood blanks are really, really inexpensive. The PET is inexpensive. I think the biggest expense is going to be your resin. And even that isn't really too expensive. All right, so now we've got that. And I'm just going to burnish this down. All right, and that looks good. So now the next step is literally nothing more than taking some UV resin, and I use Let's Resin UV resin, and I'm going to just put a bunch of it down. Now you don't have to use resin. You can use decoupage glue. You can use Dimensional Magic. You can use, any of the other ones, but they're going to take a while to dry. I like using this because I can put it under my UV lamp and within a few minutes it's dry, it's hard, it's ready to go. So I'm just kind of moving this around just to try to get it close to the edges. I mean, that was plenty of resin. And if you're thinking you don't have enough resin, you can always add more, but don't put so much on where you need to take off, because it's going to be harder to take it off than it is to put it on. All right. So now I've got my resin and I'm just turning this at an angle just to make sure that every area is covered. And again, you can do this, move it around. And I see some air bubbles, some tiny, tiny air bubbles right in here and right in here. Now, you may not be able to see them on camera, but all I'm going to do is take a heat gun. So I've got a heat gun here. And I'm just going to run over that. And all of those air bubbles are gone. And now I'm just going to kind of get it so that it is even everywhere. And there we go. So now that I've got it nice and even and my little rubber thingy is coming apart, I'm going to stick it on the UV lamp for a couple minutes. So this is just something that I wanted to do with you, just to kind of show you how to do this. If if you're interested, I know there's videos out there, to do it, but I figured I'd show you guys, now if you wanted to decorate this with some other things, I could put, glitter on this. I could come and put some flowers or something in and fill in this white spot with something, but I'm going to leave it as is because I want it to look rustic. Now this one's 90% cured. The edges are a little still a little tacky, and on the back, when you put the resin on and it heats up, it's going to blister this paint. But that was the look I was going for, which was this old rustic wood, gold, but it's gold wood, so it looks like old rustic, and I'm really liking that. So while I was working my resin earlier, I was making cute little bunny earrings. So I've got to put backs on these, but these I'm making for Bun Fest. I love me some bunny earrings. I gotta touch that one up. That's why I have it still. So while we're waiting for the earring to cure, I'm just gonna do a touch up. So what I did was I just took a drop of resin on that, and there's a spot right here. And I'm just doing this away from my light real quick. There we go. So all I did was just kind of fill in that little hole and touch up. Anyway, so back to our earrings. So now this is nice and cured. It's warm. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over and we're going to do the back. And then I will show you how to do the sides. So again, you can always add more resin. You cannot, well, you can take it away, but it's going to get messy. So I always add a little bit. And if you have to, you can hold it. Try not to get resin on your hands. If you are sensitive to resin, wear gloves. I'm not wearing a filter or my mask because I'm on camera and I'm talking to you. But yeah, usually I wear, you know, my protective mask, and I use gloves most of the time. I didn't today. Hi, baby. I got a bunny. Here you go. Velvet loves it when I'm on camera. I don't understand it. I really don't. All right. And so I'm just moving this around with my little rubber brush because this does not have to be super thick on this side. But if you think you need more resin, like I can see a lot of bare spots, add a little bit more. Add a little at a time. And then dab, dab, dab. Like, so all I'm doing to get it out is I'm pulling, but then when I see a hole, I just dab. So it's just like up and down, up and down, up and down. Because what that'll do is that'll get the resin to fill in. So like right here, it's just dab, 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 dab. Pull it, dab, dab, dab. Now, once you've got that done, again, heat gun, get those air bubbles out of there. And also heating the resin makes it a little more fluid. So, and I'm going to stick this on for 2 minutes, let that cure. So heating does make the resin a little more liquidy. So you do have to be mindful of that if you're heating it up, it's going to be a little more runny, which, you know, can cause it to run over the side. So you got to be careful with that. Another thing I had done, and I had made this cabochon yesterday when I was playing with my resin stuff. So this has got shell in it and glitter and little striations of paint throughout. And I'm going to be making a video on how to do this coming up, and so we can have some fun playing with that. That'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. I've just gotten so much stuff that I need to get done for Bun Fest, and 4th of July is coming up. So you'll be seeing this probably on 4th of July. So happy 4th of July. And I've got people coming over, so I need to get everything cleaned up and ready for company. Barbecue time, of course. And then the fireworks, because I live really close to where they light off the fireworks. I'm able to see them from my house. So I have people come over. We don't have to fight crowds. We sit outside, sit in the hot tub, relax. And I know you're thinking hot tub, it's like 90 degrees out, but I call it my hot tub, but it's really my cool tub because I turn the temperature down to about 85. So it's like really warm pool water. And so we sit and enjoy it. You know, it's a good time. We'll barbecue, we'll do s'mores, all that kind of stuff, watch the fireworks. All right, so this side's done. This side didn't bubble as much as the other one, which is fine. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now, to get the side, and I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold it to do this. I'm not going to put it in that for now. All you're going to do to get the side is you're going to take your resin bottle. You're going to hold it on the side, and you're just going to drizzle a little bit of resin. And then I am going to just brush. Be careful not to get the front. So like I keep wiping the front. Not as worried about the back of the earring as I am the front. So I'm just going to do that. And it's just a very thin coat. And I'm going to harden. Let me wipe my tip. I'm going to harden with just a UV flashlight. And I'm going to hold it for a few seconds. Velvet. She's getting into things right now, of course. And so this isn't a full cure. This is just a temporary cure. Just enough to get it to solidify so that when I flip it over, it's not running. All right, so now, see, that's solidified. We're going to take and do the other side. Oops, sorry about the camera, guys. And I got way too much there. And so that's the thing. If you get too much and it starts to go over the edges, just wipe it with your finger. And so all I'm doing is making sure that the resin is right up to the edge of the resin on the top and the bottom. And I'm doing that just because what I want to do is I want to get a nice thin coat to make sure that that PET sticker stays down and it's completely encased, because you don't want to be out somewhere and have water or rain or something get in and lift up that sticker. So there's like a corner right there that doesn't look like it's got a ton of resin on it. So I am going to put a drop of resin there, and there's another corner here. So if you happen to see a corner that doesn't have enough resin, just add another drop to the side, and then just gently rub it. So that's going to hold it down, but what you don't want to do is mess up your front. All right, so now I've got that on there. I am going to solidify this just a little bit. Now, obviously, you can get smaller PET stickers, bigger earrings, you know, whatever you want to do with it. You can certainly do. All right, so now that it's solidified, I'm just going to take it and my other earring here, because this one's still a little tacky, and I'm just going to stick it on under my resin lamp for 5 minutes. And so I'm going to pause you while that's doing that, because you don't need to sit here and wait with me, and I will be back when they're done. All right, guys, so they've been 5 minutes on the under the UV lamp, and I did 5 minutes on both sides just to make sure any remaining resin is cured. And so that's it. They're done. All we have to do now is take some ear wires and put some ear wires on these, and we are good to go. So I'm going to grab a couple of ear wires here and some jump rings. Now, because because we're going to have to put jump rings on, we're going to need to use 2 jump rings per earring if you want them to lay flat. So if I were to put this on here like this, it would face forward. If I put a jump ring on, the jump ring is going to go on, and I'll show you what I mean here. And I'm sure you guys know this. If you put 1 jump ring in, if I don't throw them away. If I put the 1 jump ring on, and for those of you new to jewelry making, and this is just it's a pet peeve of mine, and you may find it, acceptable and okay, and you may be like, yeah, that's fine if it goes to the side. I'm okay with that. When the earring hangs off of this, it's going to hang sideways. So it's going to hang like that. So it'd be on the side of the ear. It's not going to look, to me, it just doesn't look right. So what I like to do, and I'm just going to close this just a hair more, is I like to use 2 jump rings. So that now when I put my earring hook on, and I close, and I'm going to need, I got my pliers caught on a piece of, there we go. So I'm just trying to close this, make sure it's super tight and nothing's coming out. There's like that little tiny gap there. So I'm just going to take and wiggle until they rub up against each other, and then throw the earring away. All right, and so there we go. So now when I hold this, it hangs facing forward. We'll get this other one done. And so these look rustic. They look rustic. They look antique, but they're also fun and very beautiful. And they're nice and orangey, summer, fall. So I could see these being a summer or fall earring. All right, and so there we go. So now we've made a quick and easy pair of earrings. You can make a pair of these if you're doing them both, at the same time instead of one after the other like I did. You could probably do a pair of earrings in maybe 15-20 minutes. It doesn't take very long, and they're pretty, they're rustic, they're lightweight because they're wood, and yeah, so anyways, just a quick one for the 4th of July, just because like I said, I've got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and hopefully we'll be getting some bead boxes in after the 4th of July, which I'm sure the holiday is going to delay things, but looking forward to what the 4th of July one, or the July one is. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.